Welcome to the We're Better Together podcast. I'm Ian Stevenson.
And I'm Daniel Orduña. Each month, we're excited to bring you an incredible interview with someone who has experience in facilitating an environment where people work better together.
And each week, we'll share some actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to help you function better together, whether it's in your marriage, family, team, workplace, church, or community.
Thanks for spending time with us today. Now let's jump into some content and get better together.
Hey everybody, great to see you again. Ian and Daniel here with another 10-minute tune-up, and we want to keep encouraging you to get better together. So today we actually want to talk about a topic called consistency, how consistency helps us get better together. We're going to do another one on spontaneity because they're both important, but today we want to focus on consistency. And as we were discussing this ahead of time, we feel like there's three areas to really consider where you're being consistent. You know, in any entity, a family, a marriage, a team, a business, there's sort of three components to it. And the first one is the cause. What is the cause that you're in it together to accomplish? Whether it's your marriage, your family, your team, what is clarity on that cause? And are you consistently revisiting that cause and why that cause is important to be going after? If you state the cause, but you don't consistently have a rhythm of reminding the people involved on why they're part of that cause, why they're pursuing that cause, then you're not going to be better together. If there's no consistency in your rhythms for keeping that in place. So the first thing we want to encourage you to think of where there's consistency is in reminding the people you're working with on the cause, why it's important, and why you're in it together. Daniel, tell them about the second one.
Yeah, second one is community. And it's this sense of you need connection. So as you are trying to be better together in whatever circumstance, whatever area, whatever circle is involved, you need community, but you need connection. You think about Wi-Fi even, right? My Wi-Fi, in order for it to be on, it needs to be plugged in and it needs to be connected. And so when we talk about consistency, it's that we want to make sure that we have and are trying to build consistent connection. We're not unplugged, but we're plugged in relationally, friendship-wise, that connection that is needed in order to be better together. Ian, when you think about corporation, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, this third area, corporation, isn't so sexy to a lot of people. This is the part they don't like, right? It's in a marriage, it's paying your bills. On a team, it might be raising money for your team. It could be going to practice for your team. In a marriage, it can be things like cleaning the house. It's getting done the stuff that just has to get done in order for the entity to work well. And every entity has this cause, this community, this corporation component. And if there isn't some consistency to how those things are being addressed, if there's not rhythms that are created, then you will not be better together. And so what I've noticed is a lot of people really lean into one of those three arenas. Like some people love paying the bills and cleaning the house and getting that stuff done. Others love the cause and they're all about the cause and just drive. Others love community, right, Daniel? You love community, man. You love plugging in with people and connecting. So everyone leans towards one of these and we tend to neglect the other. So we want to have you think today about how you do that with all three. So Daniel, give us an example of like a team. What does this look like for a team?
I think when you think about a team, you have a cause or a purpose. You maybe have a mission or a vision. Let's say for a team, I think about some of the coaching that I do. We really want to raise up young people of character that make a difference in the world. And so we have that cause and that purpose. But you have to have consistency within that to keep that cause and that purpose in front of you. And so maybe what that looks like, hey, maybe you have t-shirts or your practice t-shirts that are made, they've got that cause or that purpose that's on the back of them. And every time you show up to practice, maybe the first thing that's said before you begin your warm-ups and things like that is a reminder of what this purpose and this cause is. So you've got it spoken, you maybe have it visually some. When you think about a team, there's these reminders that it's there so you can keep it before people. Then when you think about community, the sense of being connected, if I'm a part of a team, a sports team, a dance team, whatever kind of team that looks like in terms of community and being connected, maybe it's this sense of twofold. When I think of the team as a whole, this could be like, hey, we have a once a month team dinner that we're going to do. We're going to make sure we stay connected in that way. Or if you were to break it down a little bit and maybe it's 2 of us or 3 of us that want to build, it's that I get together with those people for some kind of meal, some kind of connection that could be even once a week, or we sit and have lunch together. If maybe we're young people, teenagers that are go to school together, I'm gonna have lunch with my teammates and make sure that I do so regularly throughout a week or a month to build that connection. Then you think corporation. Ian mentioned one, a big one, practice. Not sexy, but practice is extremely important to what it is that you want to accomplish as a team. And you have to have consistency. You got to make sure that you actually show up to practice to be a part of what's going on. You also have this sense of what Ian said, that, hey, there's uniforms to buy, there's payments to be made for things that you're a part of. And so there's a fundraising aspect that could happen. I know around here we have fireworks booth right now in this season that we're in. We'll see when this releases for you, but in July here, fireworks booth, raising money for the uniforms and the balls and all of the equipment that is needed. But I think that's an example within what it could look like in a sports avenue. Ian, for you, when you think about a marriage, how would you break down this consistency and cause community corporation in a marriage?
Yeah, I've done a lot of weddings. I've worked with a lot of couples getting married, and it always is interesting to me to ask them the question, why are you getting married? What's the focus? What are you wanting to do together that you can't do alone? And so many times they don't have an answer. Like, they haven't really thought about that. And I think it's so critical in a marriage to understand what is the essence, what is the cause that you're coming together to be about together. And that can be articulated any number of ways. And there's tools out there. It's the whole concept of starting with the end in mind. So like at the end of this marriage, the end of our time together, what is it we want to see created? And it's being able to state that together. And then writing it down and coming back and revisiting it on some of your date nights, right? Not just going to a movie and eating, but like actually talking about it, having some consistency in how you bring it up, how you discuss it. We even, for our family, we had a mission statement that we put on paper, laminated, and had it on our fridge. So it was consistently in front of people as they opened the fridge and saw it. But in a marriage, you can do the same. And I think the community part is simple, right? Like, you got to stay connected with your spouse. You got to be plugged in and make sure you're talking about deeper things. And you have to have a rhythm to that. I know so many marriages fall apart because when kids start coming, life gets busy and things go on, people don't make time for each other anymore. And so it's that consistency of making time to talk and go deeper. You have to build in, again, this is all about consistency. And then the corporation part of a marriage is obvious. It's paying the bills, cleaning the house, taking care of the cars. It's doing the nitty gritty stuff that's necessary in order to keep functioning together as a couple. And so how many couples don't have a budget? How many couples don't check in on how they're doing with their finances, or even have a rhythm for how they're checking up on the cars or their goals or financial goals together and things like that. That's corporate-y. It's not necessarily fun for everybody. It's fun for some personalities, but it's so key to have consistency in all 3 of these arenas, not just one, not just the one you like. So today we really wanted to bring up this issue of consistency and give you a framework in which to think about it. So Dan,
So again,
you got a challenge for our people here?
Yeah. I think as Ian framed it again, consistency with these three words today: cause, community, corporation. So I think the challenge, the application for you to walk away with is think about your life, think about your circles, think about whether that's marriage, if you're married, friendships that you have, work that you do, sports team that you're a part of, and then think about those three areas: cause, community, corporation. Where is consistency missing in any of those areas for you this week? Think about those areas of your life. Where are you missing? Are you missing consistency in cause, in community, or in corporation? And then so take a step forward, give yourself an action step towards how you may want to step into that. And then be reminded that that consistency can be in the form of daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. It doesn't always mean that it has to be daily or that it has to be quarterly. You've got a range there. So as you think about that area, think about the easy step that you can make to bring consistency daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly. Ian, any last words from you?
No, I just really want to encourage you all to think about how important consistency is to building something. Just like even us doing this podcast, like we wouldn't do it if we didn't have some consistent time built in to do this. It would just never happen. So it truly is something we're living out, and we want to encourage you to think about, and we hope it served you. We hope it helps you. So we'll see you next time. And next time we're going to talk about spontaneity. So join us for that one, and we will see you then.